Just on the pass you hit the DJ, can you just talk about how that zone opened up and what you saw on that one opened up?
Yeah, just play action pass. One of the plays we've been running for a little bit now, but got a little bit of suction from the play fake by the linebackers, and they're trying to drive back into their zone, and he was open in the middle, so that's a play you're probably going to see again sometime this year. But of course, it was a good catch and good run after catch by him, and just good play overall. So.
How amazing is he after run after catch? It seems like no matter how many people are around him, he always gets more yards.
I mean, he's great. He's definitely one of the better guys I've seen. So just his ability to even kind of go low like that, come up, and then get more yards is going to be great for our offense, great for our team.
In what way do you feel like you're ready for the season to start, and in what way do you still want another 2 weeks to fine-tune something?
I feel like I'm ready. I think us as a whole team, we're ready. I think the biggest thing is just, of course, mentally preparing for Green Bay and, seeing what they're doing. And, I'm just glad today that, I got a couple of deep shots on the field, although we didn't connect. But it was kind of good, felt good just throwing the ball, downfield to DJ and Moon. And, we just talked about it. So I feel good. But I think the only thing now is just, game planning and just, watching film on those guys.
Justin, why did you come out when you came out?
Coach had a play count for me, so that was just the end of my play count. But definitely wanted to stay in and finish the drive. But, you can't. That's the head man right there, so got to listen to him. But, yeah.
It didn't have anything to do with that shot that you took on the previous snap?
Oh, no. I feel good. So, yeah.
How eager are you to get your starting offensive lineman healthy?
I'm very eager, but, I do think it was good work for the backup guys to get in there and, get a little bit more playing time today. But, praying for those guys to be back on the field soon. But, they can't perform their best if they're not, at their best. So definitely hoping to have those guys back soon.
Justin, what have you thought of Tyson this summer?
Yeah, Tyson's been great. From day one, he's came in and worked hard. Humble guy, just hard worker. And, he's a sponge. He asks a lot of questions. He's very curious about the game, about the offense. So he's been a great addition to the room, and I'm just excited to see what he does in the future. And of course, been excited to see his success that he's had on the field. So it's just great to see because he's a hard worker, and just if you get to know him more as a person, you'll see that he's a very humble person, and he's a great guy just in general. So definitely happy for my man Tyson for sure.
Justin, I know the game just ended, but do you have a sense of how these 3 drives today can help you prepare for week 1?
Not really, because it's not the same team, not the same plays we're going to be running, not the same, defense. Pretty much saw a lot of man today. I think Green Bay does too much man coverage, but so not really. Really just felt good to get back on the field again and, just kind of get in that game mode again. So, yeah.
How do you go about developing comfort with different centers?
Just working with them. The coaches do a great job of making sure that, we get exchanges each and every practice with different centers in case there are injuries and stuff like that. So it's not too big of a difference, all of them are similar in terms of, how they snap the ball under center and stuff like that. So it's not too bad.
Justin, it's been a couple weeks since we talked to you over the last 2 weeks. Where do you think you guys as an offense have made the biggest strides, and what do you still need to clean up before week 1?
That's a question looking back, overlapping 2 weeks. I don't know. I think the biggest thing, just to answer your question, is really just, we're taking every day, day by day, and really just trying to be better than we were yesterday. So I couldn't tell you what we've gotten better as a whole, just because, it's been a crazy 2 weeks. We're in Indy practicing there, so it's been a lot going on these past 2 weeks. But I just know that we just try to be better than we were yesterday and just try to, continue to improve each and every day and just attack every day like it's our last day. So, as long as we do that, I feel fine, and I'm very confident that we'll be in a good spot before week 1. So.
The defense added a lot of talent during the offseason. You've obviously practiced against them. What are your impressions of the defense, and what do you expect from them this season?
Yeah, I expect a lot of takeaways. Coach Flus preaches that, and just a lot of 3 and outs and a lot of places for the offense to get put in a good field position. So, it's always good when you have a good defense. That always helps the offensive out, just with, field position and, takeaways, just getting the ball in a good spot to where you never want to be backed up and then, of course, never want to go up against a team who's scoring, 30 to 40 points a game. That doesn't make our job easier. So it's, great to have those guys on the other side of the ball. Great to practice and compete against those guys. So definitely excited for all of them to be back on the field and show out week one.
Teams around the league seem to handle these preseason games differently, and your own team handled them different from week 2 to week 3. Does doing well or doing poorly in a preseason game mean anything when it comes to what week 1's going to look like? Is there take from it that applies or not?
I think so. I mean, I think, every time you step on the field, you want to, perform your best. So it's not like if, I went out there threw 2 picks today, I would say, that doesn't matter. It's preseason. So I think every time you step on the field, you want to, perform your best and try to be the best you can be. So, so that's really what I try to do is just every time I step on the field, you try to treat it like it is a real game. Because it's not just a preseason game. I don't like just having the mindset, it's a preseason game. Of course, you do have to be smart in some sense to where, are you going to take as many hits or not, or, situationally and stuff like that. But in terms of performing well, I think, as a competitive football player and, everybody on our team is competitive, you want to win and you want to do your best every time you step foot on the field. So
piggybacking off of that a little bit, I know when it comes to regular season, when stuff matters, perception sometimes changes. But you do enter the regular season as a top MVP candidate for the preseason. Does that matter to you? Is that motivation for you going into the season at all?
Not really. I'm just focused on what we have going into the building and, from week to week. So, I mean, that doesn't really matter to me because, having that talk, that doesn't help us win games. So if it did, then, I would be excited about it. But at the end of the day, none of that talk matters. Just have to go out there and be the best player I can be for my team. So, yeah.
Just first third down today, you had DJ singled up to the right. And you just talk through the idea to take a shot there, too.
Yeah, just, Luke said we were going to call that play the first third down we got. And, just man on man, he played over the top. It was good play by the defender. He was in a good spot. So, sometimes the defense gets you. And probably could have put it a little bit more back shoulder for him to give him a better chance. But just happy DJ prevented an interception right there. So, just happened to be, the DB was over top. And, we called a play that was, taking a deep shot. So, it's a good play.
Justin, last one. Justin, I know you're a man of many goals. Can you just give me 3 things you'd like to accomplish this year?
Make the playoffs is one. Make the playoffs and, have a chance to, run for the Super Bowl. And number 2 would be really just to be the best leader I can be for my team and really elevate all of the guys around me to really just influence them and encourage them to take a step that, they've never seen themselves take into and really just, just try to be that leader for, all of, my teammates and my coaches and just really show them how much I love the game, how much, I put into the game. And 3 would just be to, win and have fun and, just enjoy this year because, again, like I always say, you never know when your last day of football is going to be playing. So I really just enjoy it to the fullest and, just have fun. So that was your 3.
What was your reaction to being the number 2?
It was fun, kind of just like last week, just another opportunity to showcase my talent, show I belong. So it was exciting, especially being at home.
You look back at this preseason as a whole. What do you feel like you've proven to the coaches?
I feel as if I've proved that I belong in the league. But I think more than anything, just all the hope and motivation I'm providing for my siblings and the people back home is really what I kind of sit back and think about when I think about just the whole camp and preseason and how just everything has fallen into place.
You got the seam route to the tight end. You thought you had it, so you kind of jump up and down, and then the next play is a pick. What's the coaching point on letting the first play go and focusing on the second?
Yeah, I think kind of, especially as a quarterback, you kind of have no choice but to just play the next play if the prior play was really good or really bad, and then being able to come back and definitely I was working the right side, working the correct side based on what the defense was providing. Just kind of got to keep my back foot loaded, and progress out because I think people will see that the flat ended up breaking open just because the slant got ran into by the flat defender.
Did it really hit home for you today that you are competing for the second QB spot because you were the second quarterback in today, or you had that opportunity?
I just think that it hits home. The fact that I'm, playing for the Chicago Bears really is just what it kind of boils down to. Whether that's, second, third, or fourth string, first string, it doesn't really matter to me. I'm just kind of here to show up every day and put my best foot forward.
Tyson, how do you read that on the interception where Doris does hit the corner? Is he your first read, and then obviously similar as you mentioned?
Yeah. So we had a slant flat concept on the field. The field looked better pre-snap. So really, you're kind of expecting that flat defender to attach to the flat route immediately, and then you got a really big window for the slant. The flat defender got a little bit too much depth. Him and the slant route ran into each other, which then caused for the receiver to not even be there, and for the flat to break open late.
So do you forgive yourself on that, just knowing that it was kind of, like something that you couldn't really control there with the bump?
No, I just think I got to kind of just do a good job of seeing the field. I mean, I think in a sense, it's good to get the first one kind of out of the way because, those things happen in football. But, just going forward, kind of right now, despite all the success that, has been had and all the good plays, kind of what I'm thinking about right now is just how I should have progressed out to the flat on that play.
You've had a lot of success running the last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do that in college?
Yeah. I was just talking to Coach McCook, my head coach at Shepherd. One of my best friends is his son, Mike McCook, and I was just texting him saying, it's a shame Coach didn't run me more in college. But yeah, I think just like being able to utilize my legs, especially when you get situations where, they're in man coverage, so they're focused on running with the receivers, and a lot of times the middle of the field can open up for you. So just being able to extend plays when receivers aren't, necessarily wide open, and just really just play the game of football.
What was that moment like for you when you find the end zone in front of the home crowd?
It was loud. It was fun. And really, home or away, just being able to get in the end zone, whether I'm throwing the ball or running the ball, is pretty electrifying and kind of that addicting feeling. And one of the reasons why I'm so addicted to football is little moments like that.
What are your expectations the next 48 hours or so as you kind of wade through the uncertainty of what's next?
My expectations.
Just how do you handle it?
Yeah, I'm just whatever happens, I believe in a power that's higher than myself. So I know that whichever way the coin lands, that everything will be okay, and just got to keep taking it one day at a time.
So backup quarterbacks often will pop for guys. That's the whole saying. It's not often that the undrafted guy from a small school comes up the rise. Can you feel that? Can you tell that that's kind of happening around you, or I know you said not really aware of the reality?
Yeah, I feel like I notice that people notice it. More so than I notice it, because for me, I think I'm just playing football, and I've just been playing football, ever since I was a little kid. But I think that people, I can sense that people are surprised that maybe that I've been able to have any success coming from where I came from.
You said that you feel like you've shown you belong in the league. Does that mean that you feel like you've made the team? You feel like you should make the team?
Oh, I mean, that's not up for me to decide. I just try to do my best every day. That's up for, that's up for the coaches and GMs and everybody to decide. But, I mean, like I said, I don't have any regrets. I feel like I put my best foot forward every day, and really, I worked really hard at this. So, but that'll be up to them whether that was enough or not.
Have you talked to the guys who have lived through cut day before about kind of what to do with your day, where your mind needs to be?
Yeah, my agents help me out a lot with that. I try not to I didn't talk to any of the players about it just because I know it's probably on their mind just as much as it is everybody, it's on everybody's mind. But, I have my agent, fill me in on just like what the process is like, what the week looks like. So I thought that was a good conversation to have.
And you said you noticed people noticing kind of your success. What has the last week been like for you? Like, have you had family and friends sending you lots of clips and stuff like that?
Yeah, there's been a lot of that, but I mean, even more so than that, like the most least surprised people I think in this whole thing are my family and friends, just because you know I've been able to be around them and they kind of know who I am and what I've been able to accomplish, like even though it was at a lower level. But it's just a funny thing where through camp or maybe through preseason you make a play and instead of just people maybe instead of just saying good job, they're like, dang, good job, like really good job. And I'm just kind of like, thanks. But you can just kind of notice that even when there's been a lot of more questions of just like, hey man, where's your school from? What's it called? Just little things like that. So I think that it's exciting for people.